Day 2 in the abandoned colony. Good morning, Nano. I have received notice that the hollow sim chamber had been successfully accessed. I think it went, really well. Sure. I mean, she didn't really. I get it. Okay, so because I was super nice to her, it helped her problem solve better. So I guess I've got better communications, possibly? Okay, so we've got a new mission. Let's head on over to the core. Okay, so we've been to the comms relay, and we have some choices now. So we can either recover plant material at the Agro Domes to get some food, or, okay, so that's Leslie. Or we can go to the caves to get more fuel, which is Jean. And if we go to Colony B, due to recent shifts, it's finally accessible again. Although I'm reluctant to send you there. Okay. So it's in a bad state, but there are things for the thrusters. So we'll have to go there eventually, and then I think that's the director, Pierre. He might not like what we discover, though. Okay. So the more we can connect with their constructs, the more that they can help us. So, okay, we need to pick who to talk to. I kind of want to go for food. I'm Malaysian, I like food. Let's go for food. So this is the main grow dome in the facility, where the colonists used advanced hydroponics to grow base foods for processing. The top of the building was like a giant round basin, designed to catch the rainfall. Isn't this acid rain? Oh, okay, there you go. Top layer of the building removes the acidic stuff. Okay, so something's not right. Well, of course something's not right. This whole place has gone to hell in a handbasket, so the decontamination chamber you're standing in should be scanning you and clearing the air of toxins. Yeah, I don't think anything's working right now, really? I bet you there's some giant... Yeah, okay. So it's in quite a state. We need salvageable plant samples to keep the food processes running here until we escape. And we should find something... We need to find something that would indicate what the crew were dealing with. Okay? Giant alien plants. So this tube feeds water collected on the special roof into the dome. It looks terribly corrupted. The water seems heavily saturated with the toxic material that shouldn't be in the system. Is it some kind of growth hormone? Right. These research notes are handwritten by multiple people. Things must have been chaotic. Based on these, I can confirm 2 of the crew members. Leslie, so she was always on duty, and Ashley Hainsworth. They had very different points of view, okay? I didn't pry into personal communications. Not while they were alive. So what, when they were dead? Okay. Excellent leader, reluctant, preferred consultation. Miss Hainsworth, though, okay, wanted a bit more of a hands-on approach. So this is the thing, is we need to figure out what went on here and find stuff to woo Leslie tonight and maybe help her figure things out a bit better. Let's go to the admin office. Look at all these pretty flowers everywhere. Okay, we need a password for that. Florent Marchand. Use of the processing machine without my say-so is expressly forbidden. Okay. So it seems like a bit of sass going on here. So it seems a little bit more lively here than Tower A of the comms center. What we got here? Okay, a toxin of some kind compromised the whole facility, impacting food growth. Ah, okay. So we can scan whatever plant life we come across now and determine if it's suitable for processing. We need to find specimens that are at least 60% viable for processing. Okay, so we found that there's toxins. We now need to find food. Sweet kicks, y'all. Can I scan you? Short-term rests. Okay. Reference texts here. Collection of holotapes. Oh, bootleg movies. Drama, action, and even a romance. And legal copies that someone must have brought with them. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't think dobbing someone in for having bootleg movies really is what Hudson Cartier want to see. Okay, so I'm going to go around and look for a password before I come back. Here. Can I scan you? I mean, you're a plant. I guess I need to get that out of the way. Can I scan you? I'm going to scan you. This plant is entirely unknown and not one of the varieties grown in the domes. 92% viable? Have it. Curious, I wonder if any of these were cultivated using poop. Like in The Martian. The dome is in pretty bad shape. It looks like a lot of walls have collapsed. How convenient. Legumes. Oh, I like legumes. I need to grow a lot more legumes next year. So from Florent, solution tubes are leaking. I know it sucks, but I'm backed up with repair requests. So it looks like things were kind of falling down around their ears, really. I guess their mission really was doomed to failure. These green beans are withered and dry. Not even 7% viable, okay. Sounds like the broad beans I planted this year. So lentils are good though. I got one broad bean though. One solitary broad bean. But next year, I have the faith. Next year will be a lot better for legumes. I love how trippy this space age music is. Tubers! Good old tubers. Got a lot of potatoes this year. Okay, so maybe the rift collapsed all of this? Modified potatoes, okay. Heavily affected by the toxin, only 35% viable. Yeah, I don't want to eat poisonous potatoes, thank you very much. First time growing potatoes this year, actually. I've never done it before. Oh, look, someone's dead. Arlo Jaeger. We found the corpse of Arlo Jaeger, the production supervisor. Okay. He attempted to keep himself alive with the produce in this room, but either the tainted crops got better. Well, I wouldn't really want to eat poison potato. I mean, he's got a poison potato right next to him. Doesn't strike me as the best thing to eat around here. Can I get through the rubble? Oh, hello. Let's check out this note. Special ventilation for this room shut down, nothing we can do about it. If you two could have stopped bickering and done your job, maybe these crops wouldn't have failed. Oh dear. So I guess she's referring to the two that Benedict mentioned earlier. So this is mutated from another strain. So yeah, these are all crazy plants that have flowered, I guess, since the rift. So they must all be alien if they're flowering without needing hydroponics to look after them. I wonder what they taste like. Taste alien. So we're in Leafy Greens Chamber 2. Everything looks kind of dead in here, apart from this thing here. Spinach. Generally rich in nutrients, very good in iron. I actually discovered a smoothie recently that I quite like. Okinawan, Japanese. And it's spinach, matcha, a little bit of matcha powder, which is green tea powder, kiwi, and apple. And I've never really used spinach in a smoothie before, with a little bit of water and honey as well. But it's actually really nice. Quite good for a little bit of a boost, an energy boost. What do we got here? Rampion, an ancient earth vegetable. Okay, so that's still good too. And then Florent, the ceiling tracks were damaged by the sudden growth of vines. The auto sprinklers haven't been able to move correctly, and this room is probably beyond repair. So pretty much everything going to hell, frankly. Nothing working very well. What about this? So these are, oh, that could be really good for us. I love how nature always finds a way. Always finds a way. Okay, so I found a data pad back in the password area. So it's a chat between Ashley and Arlo, so the guy that we found dead. So you see what I mean? Yeah, it's like she's afraid to make a decision. Exactly. Oh, it's a little bitchy Skype here. She seems to freeze when things like this happen. Okay, the situation with the toxin needs to be dealt with. You're sounding like her. I think we have a huge problem here. She needs to make a decision. So yeah, poor Leslie. Okay, so I had a little think about things. I seemed to be stuck, and I was looking at this password, and I realized that in the 3 notes that we found, there were 3 words that were capitalized, and that is job, sucks, and this. So thinking about what that might spell out, well, first of all, I got suck job, which perhaps is not in the theme of this game. So I think the password could be this job sucks. Confirm. And there we go. Always pay attention to things that are in all caps. So it's a processing machine. Colonists would take crops and turn them into raw materials for food processes and life support systems. Okay, so this is very apt to what we need. It's been reconfigured, and judging by the data, Miss Baradouage and her crew were trying to create a herbicide to fight off the invasive vines. So they partially succeeded, but they had to abandon the dome before their work was finished. Why? So another seismic event. So it seems like there's several seismic activities that hit this planet. So I can confirm the procedure, and a herbicide has been made. Okay, so we're gonna get a herbicide. Thank you. Boop. Which can be applied directly to vines. So, I mean, do these vines get in my way? No. So let's head back out here. And I mean, most immediately, there are vines here that I want to get out of my way. So, shoo, goopy vines. Okay, so I can access here now. What is this? Photo of a dog. What kind of dog? A breed of kangaroo. Oh, it's a corgi! Is it called Mandrew? They're used for their small-scale herding, such as bovines. Okay. I guess I know what we'll be talking about. Do you like dogs called Mandrew? Oh wow, I love these pretty little domes that we've got here. A flower bulb. I was always thought about whether or not to grow kind of little flower bulbs. You can get them like little terraniums, I think they're called, or something like that. So this was pretty much for aesthetics. We cannot use the broken bulb. What about this broken bulb? Chicory flowers. Okay. A coffee substitute. I'm sure Captain Janeway would have needed that. So they're not useful. Do you remember that episode of Star Trek Voyager where Janeway just wanted coffee? And she says the famous line, "There's coffee in that nebula." Very good, Janeway. Very good. Okay, where else was there herbicide? Well, I guess on this thing. That's probably not in the way. This thing definitely needs to get out my way, though. So I can get into leafy chamber number 1. These animations. They're so cute. Okay, let's see what's in leafy chamber number 1. Oh no, it's another body! Who we got here? Oh, so this is Florent. His remains... Oh, I thought it was a her. Oh well. His remains are quite old, and we don't know how he died. Oh, we do know. Severe trauma. If he fell. Okay. So maybe he was knocked over by the vines? Or maybe somebody pushed him over. Let's take a look at this, though. Garden cress. Modified cress? I don't know if anyone knows the old... Oh, we've scanned everything. Okay, so... Yeah, we can stabilize food. And that'll be it for today. So we'll go and talk to Leslie. Leslie, was it? I'm just going to have a quick look around and see if there's anything else that might help with a little chat. A little chatette. But yeah, I don't know if anyone ever did that horrible prank of putting cress in someone's carpet. I did that once at university. I'm a terrible human being. So the poisonous plants that have invaded the dome are strange indeed. We were fortunate to find even a few samples. Her staff we're scrambling to figure out how to combat the toxin and revive the food system. Many things fell apart after the Rift event, and we're discovering more and more evidence. So let's get back home and I guess talk to Leslie. So we're back at base, and Benedict thinks I did really well out there. So it looks like we're gonna visit Leslie tonight. So it begins. Oh, hello there. It's finally nice to get to meet you. I'm aware of your trip today, at least partly. How did the mission go? I guess it was okay once I figured out the password. I hope you got what you needed, if what the AI Benedict said. Okay. Oh, look, what a lovely garden to sit in. I finally get to do what I love. Back on the Agro Domes, we were under a lot of pressure, and managing the staff and the operation was so important. But if I'm being honest, it was always the plants that I loved, the process of it and the puzzle. I get it. Tell me more though. So the others were obsessed with the radios or drones in the ships. I must admit, I find plants growing fascinating. I love the way they grow and what they turn into. And kind of matching up what fruit and veg looks like, off the vine to when you're growing it. It's a fascinating process. I mean, the first time I grew a pumpkin, it blew my mind. So she actually used to live on a farm, and it was illegal to sell the crops we produced. Too much regulation, too many companies controlling our food. So it's kind of like how we're becoming now almost. So everything we grew was natural. She had to sell the farm. Okay, so she ended up at Hudson Cartier. I kind of treat them like Wayland Yutani from Alien. Definitely evil in some way. All I ever wanted was to work with plants, you know what I mean? Yeah, I get you. When you're the director of an operation like that, you find it hard. It's hard to find people who share your passions. They say there's a legit, so gardening is a legit kind of way to help with depression, because there's a chemical that gets released when you dig soil that promotes good endorphins. And I certainly find that looking after plants does cheer me up and watching them grow. So she was looking forward to cultivating an entire ecosystem, creating life. I'd say that's a pretty noble aim, like Project Genesis. Again, the Star Trek vibes here are really strong. Rewarding to be challenged. It definitely is rewarding to be challenged. I definitely am in line with Leslie. I think, I'm in line with her more than Winnie. Monotony. Reduce the monotony, soften the edges. That's a nice word of saying it. Oh dear, what are we going to do? Don't panic. Well, I'm kind of labouring on the illusion that maybe I'm not alive, so... Okay. I would like to talk about... your dog. Charlie! So maybe that'll calm it down a bit. Aw, she had to give him up. Okay. He was kind of lazy. I would have called him Simon. Charlie would pretend to listen to you, but he always had his own agenda. I think dogs and cats are like that anyway. Okay, well maybe Charlie's still living. Maybe. It helps me focus. There we go. Good. So she's going to be focused. So let's focus on the staff, maybe? I'm getting that. Especially the tricky staff that you had. People are very different. You can't just water their feet. They get really annoyed with that. Bless her. Ashley, okay. Yeah, you didn't see eye to eye. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we talk about the domes then. I would have loved to have seen them actually before the vines took over. Prior to coming here, we had researched for decades the kind of plants that we should cultivate. We went through so many trials for suitability, nutrition, and efficiency. We couldn't bring meat or animals, they were just too costly and difficult to manage, but the food processors could take plant parts and create so much with them. That technology was headed up by a team that Pierre appointed. My job was to find the right plants. Okay. We lost more seeds than we expected during travel here, so in a way we started behind schedule. Well, I can imagine that's not great when you need to feed people. So finally I was able to farm for real, not just to feed myself, but supply an entire system. It's a noble cause, I guess. I can't thank you enough for coming to visit. It does get lonely in here, even it is beautiful. I hope you'll be back again sometime. Yeah, sure. Awesome. So I think we had a good conversation with Leslie. So hopefully she'll be able to help this poor lost little Malaysian in the stars keep her belly fed. Goals.